Start something or get out of the way. Those are the two words, start something, that inspired Dusty Davidson with BrightMix in the Omaha, Nebraska area to get his operation going. He succeeded by doing more than one thing. He's doing two things and enjoying some accelerated traction with his software development firm. Thanks for tuning in to NxBizSuccess. My name is Lynn Hinderaker. Dusty, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Lynn.
You bet. And you know what? You're a typical young tech entrepreneur in a way, but you're doing something very atypical. In addition to developing software, you're starting something called Silicon Prairie News. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
All right. Tell us a little bit about that. I call it an eco-network. I'm not sure that's an accurate description. What is it exactly?
So Silicon Prairie News is at its core a website and a blog highlighting and promoting local entrepreneurs and innovators.
Okay.
More than that, though.
Local in the Omaha, Nebraska area?
In the Omaha, Nebraska region, so
Okay.
Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas City.
Okay, even upper Midwest there.
Upper
yeah.
Midwest, absolutely. What we call, the flyover country in a sense, right?
Right.
Or as we don't call it that, other people do. But moreover than just being a website, we're about bringing people out of the woodwork that are doing really interesting things around the region,
Yes.
and connecting them in a very organic, real, authentic way.
Yes.
So it's beyond business networking, more just getting people to be a part of a community. And we say the Silicon Prairie News community is this group of the creative class of artists and musicians and entrepreneurs and innovators,
Okay.
all doing interesting things and all who feel a part of this Silicon Prairie News network.
So anybody in the Midwestern region who thinks they are doing interesting things can be a part of your group. Is that true?
In a sense, right? We highlight the ones that are, and video interview and report on the ones that are truly doing, cutting edge things, the things that that would put the the region on the map, stand out-ish, exciting things.
Okay.
But we encourage participation and involvement by the full spectrum. We're not just about entrepreneurs. We're about a broader class of people that are interested and passionate about creativity and innovation.
Okay, so innovation, creativity, that's the binding thread.
In many ways, yes.
Yeah, that's the organizational DNA, so to speak, all right? Now here you are, you're over in the tech industry, you're writing software applications. Over here is creativity and innovation. Why would you do this? Do the two of them necessarily belong together, or are you just off on some tangential spin?
There's a huge overlap in the sense that my company, BrightMix, we consider to be a very creative and innovative, tech and web company, specifically in the region. On the coast, there's maybe lots of examples of companies like ours. But
Okay, so let me interrupt right now.
Sure.
Basically, this is kind of is it a clone or an adaptation of what's going on in Northern California or in the Boston area, or is it something totally unique?
It's unique in the sense that we're not trying to be Silicon Valley, or we're not trying to create a culture like Boston. We want to be uniquely Midwestern, in the sense that it's not all tech startups, because we don't have that kind of.
Do you have to be young? Do you have to be under 30 or 40?
I don't think there's no age requirement.
All right, well, I thought I'd ask. A lot of baby boomers feel excluded these days from these kinds of things. Give us the website address before we go any further in this interview.
Sure, so it's www.siliconprairienews.com.
SiliconPrairieNews.com.
Sure.
And is it kind of like a newspaper, online newspaper, or is it just a format we couldn't even describe?
It's a video blog. I mean, it's new media.
So it's video. It's video oriented.
It's in many ways video oriented.
Okay.
So
we like video here.
Absolutely, much like this, sort of showcasing, and we think video is a very powerful medium in short format to highlight those people and to say, hey, look at the real cool stuff that they actually are doing.
Absolutely. Now, how does your organization, BrightMix Software Development, fit into or benefit from your involvement in this network? Is it accidentally good or not that great, or is it a super accelerative influence?
Sure. So BrightMix, we provide all the infrastructure supports and development for Silicon Prairie News, and as part of that, it's an awareness thing for us. I call it clever marketing in a sense, where we're able to set ourselves on the cutting edge of the startup and entrepreneurial community in the region, and that pays sort of back end dividends.
Sure. So it's like a referral network, but it's held together by some kind of an interest in being innovative. Sure. Doesn't have to be small business people or entrepreneurs. Could be people who are intrapreneurial as well. And of course, some of our audience may not realize those are people with an entrepreneurial bent, but work inside of a corporation. Is that right? Now, do you have speeches and or do you just party and get down and have a couple beers, or what do you do?
So it's an online community first and foremost.
Okay.
But from time to time, we believe strongly that gathering as in person and bringing people together so they can connect in a genuine way,
Interpersonally.
absolutely, is incredibly important. So we'll do. We had a entrepreneurial pitch session where we brought 100, 200 people out. But it's in a bar setting, and it's very low key, very real. I mean, we've got a conference coming up, the Big Omaha Conference, where in a same way, right? How can we connect these people and bring them all into the same room and have them interact and collaborate?
Has anything good, really and tangible come out of these, by the way? I mean, not to go on to at some length, but I mean, are companies forming? Are people actually doing things together, or are they just chatting online or offline?
Sure. So I think in many ways, like as we try to move the needle on entrepreneurship in terms of creating a culture of risk takers.
Yeah.
As we continue to bring people into the fold, certainly that's an impact. We continue to hear stories of investors who say, hey, I saw a video of this guy on Silicon Prairie News. I think his deal's really interesting.
Yeah.
Could you connect me with him? And then, additionally, it's bringing these people into the fold that maybe these are ideas that I like to say would die at the kitchen table, where, I'm talking to my wife and we kind of have an idea, but we both have jobs.
Half-formed
ideas.
Yeah.
But if you can get into a forum where you can connect and interact with people and get that idea out, there's maybe people that can help you act on that.
Okay, all right. So it maybe provides a little reinforcement. It's kind of a platform for ideation.
Sure.
It allows you to kind of publicize some of your notions. Now, if one of our audience members sees this podcast and they say, well, you know what? I want to do that. I want to start my own network, all right, or my own eco-network. Would you say, well, I would suggest you be careful, or is that a great idea? Can anybody do this? What?
Well, we've chosen to do it around this concept of innovation and creativity and entrepreneurship.
Right.
But I strongly believe that anybody can sort of sit out and you can start a blog and build a community about your company, a group of people, a tribe of people that are passionate about what you're doing.
Right.
So if you're selling, windows, then build a community just slowly and surely of people that care about your company and are interested about it.
Okay.
And that's no different than what we're doing with Silicon Prairie News. It's directly applicable to many, many industries.
Okay, and bottom line is, not only are you doing something for the greater good, but you are attracting attention and bringing revenue into your small firm as a result of all this, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Well, Dusty Davidson with Bright Mix in Omaha, Nebraska, I find this eco-network, this biologic idea of working together and feeding off of each other and helping each other, and sometimes it's conceptual and sometimes it's very tangible. What the outcomes are. It's a fascinating idea. It's a great marketing strategy and a great PR strategy. I congratulate you for that. My name is Lynn Hinderrocker. This is NxBizSuccess. Form your own eco-network. Put yourself in the middle. Develop some passion. You'll attract followers. It's a fascinating strategy to succeed online and offline. It's a fabulous idea. Thanks for tuning in. Keep on going. Keep on growing right here on NxBizSuccess.